Stop everything you're doing right now because the biggest betrayal in Real Housewives history has just been exposed. Dorit Kemsley's $3 million revenge plan has been leaked, and the secret tapes she recorded for over 2 years are about to destroy everything. For months, Kyle Richards and Erika Jayne thought they had buried Dorit for good. They smiled in her face, leaked her financial secrets, and tried to erase her from Beverly Hills forever. But what they didn't know was that Dorit had been recording every single conversation, every cruel laugh, and every backstabbing text. Insiders who have heard the tapes are saying the same thing. These recordings are so explosive that they could end careers and bring down the entire Real Housewives of Beverly Hills franchise. Kyle and Erika were caught on audio begging for mercy, crying uncontrollably, and admitting things no one ever expected to hear. The $3 million master plan Dorit has been hiding is finally out in the open, and what happens next is going to shock even the most loyal Bravo fans. You are not ready for what these tapes reveal. Stay right here because the moment you hear what Dorit captured will change everything you thought you knew about this friendship. This is only the beginning. To understand just how catastrophic this $3 million revenge plan truly is, you need to go all the way back to the toxic sisterhood that once ruled Beverly Hills with an iron fist. For nearly a decade, Dorit Kemsley, Kyle Richards, and Erika Jayne presented themselves as the unbreakable core of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They called each other sisters. They defended one another like warriors at every reunion. They vacationed together, partied together, and protected each other's darkest secrets while the cameras rolled. But behind those filtered smiles and expensive champagne toasts, a poisonous resentment had been festering for years, a resentment that was always going to explode in the most vicious way possible. Dorit entered the show as the glamorous British bombshell obsessed with luxury, married to PK, and desperate to be accepted by the Beverly Hills elite. She survived a terrifying home invasion in 2021 that left her emotionally shattered, then battled a brutal divorce filled with public humiliation. Through it all, she believed Kyle and Erika were her real family. Kyle, the self-proclaimed queen who constantly preached about loyalty, had stood beside Dorit for 10 seasons, vacationing with her, crying with her, and promising she would always have her back. Erika, the fierce survivor who herself endured one of the biggest financial scandals in Housewives history, once bonded with Dorit over their shared pain. Or so everyone thought. Insiders now reveal the cracks began during Dorit's darkest days. While she was drowning in trauma from the home invasion and begging for emotional support, Kyle was quietly distracted by her own crumbling marriage to Mauricio. Instead of showing up as a sister, Kyle slowly distanced herself. Erika, still bitter from her own legal nightmare, began mocking Dorit behind her back, calling her poor me, attitude exhausting, and her financial stories shady. Passive-aggressive comments turned into icy stares. Group trips became war zones. The once buzzing group chat went deathly silent. Then came the jaw-dropping $287,000 shopping spree while Dorit's $6 million Encino mansion teetered on the edge of foreclosure. PK weaponized it in court. The tabloids feasted. And the two women Dorit trusted most completely vanished when she needed them the most. The betrayal cut deeper than any knife. Dorit felt abandoned, humiliated, and erased. What no one realized at the time was that this pain didn't break Dorit Kemsley. It awakened a cold, calculating rage. Quietly, secretly, she began recording every private conversation, every late-night phone call, and every vicious comment when the cameras were off. For over 2 years, she collected ammunition worth millions. And now that $3 million revenge plan has leaked. But what those tapes actually contain is far worse than anyone imagined, and that's exactly where this story turns absolutely deadly. Now brace yourself, because this is exactly where the war turns absolutely lethal. It all detonated on that fateful private dinner in Positano, Italy, last season. The cameras had stopped rolling. The crew had stepped away. Kyle Richards, Erika Jayne, and Dorit Kemsley sat overlooking the ocean with expensive wine flowing and candles flickering. What should have been a relaxing girls' night became the scene of one of the most savage betrayals ever captured. But Dorit wasn't stupid anymore. For 2 full years, she had been secretly recording every single conversation, and that night her phone was hidden in her designer bag, capturing crystal-clear audio of the 2 women she once called sisters tearing her apart. The tapes that have now leaked are pure venom. You can hear Kyle's cold, cutting voice saying she's a walking embarrassment. If she keeps spending like a delusional fool, let her lose the house. I'm not saving her again. Then comes Erica's laugh. That cruel, unmistakable laugh, followed by the words that destroyed Dorit's soul. Dorit's fake as hell. That poor me act after the robbery was exhausting. We carried her long enough. Time to cut her loose before she drags us all down with her foreclosure mess. Imagine hearing your so-called sisters laughing about your trauma, laughing about your divorce, laughing about your house being taken away. Insiders say when Dorit first played these tapes back in private, she collapsed on the floor, screaming through violent sobs. They were never my family. They were waiting for me to drown. But that was only the beginning of Dorit's $3 million master plan. Instead of breaking, she went full nuclear. She spent the next 2 years methodically recording hundreds of hours of private calls, group chat voice notes, and off-camera conversations. And according to leaked financial documents that dropped yesterday, Dorit signed a secret $3 million deal with a major publisher for a 2-book tell-all. The first book is already written. The second one? It's allegedly built entirely on these devastating tapes. Every cruel word Kyle and Erica ever said is now worth millions in Dorit's revenge fund. When the first batch of tapes leaked 3 days ago, the fallout was immediate and catastrophic. Kyle Richards reportedly heard her own voice on the recording and suffered a full emotional collapse. Sources inside Bravo say she locked herself in her trailer, sobbing uncontrollably for over 4 hours, mascara streaming down her face as she screamed, "This can't be happening." She recorded us. Erica Jane didn't fare any better. She allegedly stormed off set, threw her phone against a wall, and was heard yelling that her entire career was finished. The same Erica who once survived her own scandal was now heard on tape admitting they had to speed things up because Dorit wasn't going down fast enough on her own. Leaked text messages from their private group chat have also surfaced, making everything 10 times worse. In one exchange sent just hours before that Italy dinner, Erica wrote to Kyle, "If we want her off the show, we have to make her look unstable. The spending stories will help." Kyle's reply? A single thumbs up emoji. No defense. No loyalty. Just cold, calculated betrayal. The internet is already on fire. Clips of the tapes have racked up over 18 million views in 72 hours. Fans are divided between calling Dorit a revenge queen who finally fought back and labeling her a calculated snake who secretly recorded her friends for years. But here comes the first major twist that makes this scandal even darker than you thought possible. According to a high-level Bravo insider who has heard the unedited tapes, the recordings don't stop at exposing Kyle and Erica's vicious comments. Hidden in the final 12 minutes of the Italy tape is Dorit directly confronting them about who actually leaked her original $287,000 shopping spree documents to the press. The audio catches Erica admitting in a low, ice-cold voice, "We had to speed things up. You weren't going down fast enough on your own." The most chilling part? You can hear Kyle breathing heavily in the background, but she stays completely silent. That silence, insiders claim, was her approval of the entire plan. They didn't just abandon Dorit during her darkest hour. They actively paid a tabloid contact to humiliate her publicly so she would be fired before season 16 even started. They tried to bury her alive. And now Dorit is burying them with 2 years of receipts worth $3 million. But even this devastating revelation is nothing compared to what's still hidden on the second tape, and trust me when I say what's coming next will shake the entire Bravo universe to its core. But babies, even that savage admission was nothing compared to the second twist that just leaked, and this one completely flips the entire revenge story upside down. According to a devastating new report from a top Bravo insider who accessed the unedited tapes, Dorit Kemsley didn't just record Kyle and Erica for 2 years. She was building a $3 million empire of destruction that goes far beyond badmouthing. Hidden in a second recording from just 3 weeks ago, Dorit captured Kyle Richards in a private hotel room having a complete emotional breakdown. hysterically confessing that she was the one who personally paid the tabloid source $50,000 to twist the $287,000 shopping spree story and make Dorit look like a reckless, unstable gold digger. You can hear Kyle's voice cracking through violent sobs on the tape. "I was jealous, okay? While my marriage to Mauricio was falling apart, I couldn't stand watching Dorit rebuild her life. We had to make her look crazy so no one would feel sorry for her when she got fired." Erica is heard in the background, no longer laughing, but desperately begging Dorit, "Please delete this. We were supposed to be sisters forever." "I'll do anything." The raw panic in their voices is unbearable. These were the same women who once laughed about Dorit's trauma in Italy. Now they're shattered, mascara-streaked messes, pleading for their lives on camera. This revelation has sent shockwaves so violent that the internet has officially exploded. Within hours of this second tape leaking, #DoritRevenge hit #1 worldwide on Twitter with over 2.4 million posts. Viral threads with hundreds of thousands of views are calling Kyle the ultimate two-faced hypocrite and Erica a heartless snake who never learned from her own scandal. One massive Twitter thread that has already crossed 1.1 million views reads, "Kyle preached loyalty for 12 seasons while secretly paying to destroy her sister during foreclosure. The mask is gone forever." The controversy has spread like wildfire. TMZ, Daily Mail, and Page 6 are running nonstop coverage with headlines screaming, "Dorit's nuclear tapes could end RHOBH." Even former housewives are jumping in. Lisa Rinna posted a cryptic Instagram story saying, "Be very careful who you call family in this town. The tapes always come back to haunt you," before deleting it. Garcelle Beauvais allegedly liked multiple posts celebrating Dorit's revenge, while Sutton Strake reportedly sent a shocked voice note saying this drama is scarier than anything we've ever filmed. But here's what's really making Bravo executives panic behind closed doors. What else is hiding on the final unreleased tape that Dorit is holding like a loaded gun? Because insiders swear this next one doesn't just involve Kyle and Erica, it brings in a much bigger name that could burn the entire franchise to the ground. And that tape drops in less than 48 hours. Are you ready? Because what's coming next will change everything. The internet has officially lost its mind, babies. Within minutes of that second tape leaking, #DoritRevenge exploded to #1 trending worldwide on Twitter, racking up over 3.7 million posts in just 6 hours. The divide is vicious, brutal, and deeply personal. One side is calling Dorit Kemsley a revenge goddess who finally burned the traitors, while the other side is dragging her as a psychotic backstabber who secretly recorded her own sisters for 2 years. Viral TikTok videos stitching Kyle's old loyalty above everything speeches next to her mascara-streaked breakdown have crossed 27 million views overnight. The comments are pure chaos. One viral thread with 1.4 million likes reads, "Kyle sat on national television crying like a victim after she admitted paying $50,000 to destroy Dorit during foreclosure." The audacity is actually insane. On the other side, furious fans are flooding Reddit with posts saying, "Dorit is no victim." Recording private conversations for 2 years is straight-up FBI behavior. She's just as calculated as they are. The rest of the cast is visibly picking sides, and the fandom is watching every move like hawks. Garcelle Beauvais liked over a dozen posts supporting Dorit's tapes, while Sutton Strake was caught sending a frantic voice note to a friend saying, "This is darker than anything we've ever seen on this show. I'm actually scared." Lisa Rinna broke her silence with a now-deleted Instagram story that simply read, "The knives were never this sharp. Be careful who you trust." Even Teddy Mellencamp allegedly texted a gossip account saying the tapes made her feel physically sick. But it's not just the fans and cast who are panicking. Industry insiders say Bravo executives are holding emergency meetings behind locked doors right now. Multiple major sponsors have already threatened to pull their funding, calling the entire situation toxic, mean-spirited, and potentially career-ending. One anonymous network executive told our source, "This isn't Fun Housewives drama anymore. These tapes could actually end the Beverly Hills franchise for good." Andy Cohen has gone completely radio silent, which insiders say means he is absolutely furious. A source close to him claims Andy told a colleague, "I've never seen 3 women destroy each other this viciously in 20 years. The question everyone is screaming right now is this. If these 2 tapes already have Kyle and Erica sobbing and begging on camera, then what the hell is on the final unreleased tape that Dorit is still holding? Because according to fresh leaks that just dropped, that last recording doesn't just involve Kyle and Erica. There's a much bigger name on it, and when it surfaces, it could annihilate the entire Real Housewives empire once and for all. The clock is ticking. But hold on tight, because what I'm about to reveal next is so explosive it will completely obliterate everything you just heard. According to a source inside Dorit's inner circle who has listened to the final unreleased tape, that last recording isn't from Italy or even the hotel meltdown. It was secretly captured just 9 days ago. And the voice on it isn't just Kyle or Erica, it's a much bigger name. Someone who has been quietly pulling strings behind the scenes of the entire Real Housewives franchise for over a decade. The tape catches this major Bravo power player in a private conversation with Erica Jane and Kyle Richards, coldly discussing how they would permanently remove Dorit Kemsley from the show. You can hear the executive saying in a chilling tone, "Use the foreclosure story. Make her look unstable. If the $3 million book deal leaks, we'll bury her with it." What makes this tape truly nuclear is Dorit's calm, ice-cold voice responding, "You all tried to erase me. Now I'm going to erase this entire franchise." Insiders say when this final tape surfaces, it won't just end Kyle and Erica's careers, it could trigger the total collapse of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The $3 million revenge plan wasn't just about exposing betrayal. It was a calculated, 2-year-long mission to burn the whole empire down and walk away richer than ever. The moment this information leaked yesterday, absolute chaos erupted behind the scenes. Kyle Richards reportedly had another full-blown panic attack on set and had to be escorted off by security. Erica Jane allegedly locked herself in a bathroom for 2 hours, screaming that Dorit had become a monster while crying so violently she could barely breathe. Bravo executives are now in full-blown emergency mode, holding back-to-back meetings about whether they should pull the plug on the entire season before this final tape destroys them all. This isn't a catfight anymore. This is franchise annihilation. And here's the part that should terrify every single housewife still on the cast. Dorit still has more tapes. Dozens more. And according to the latest leak, she's planning to release the most damaging one in the next 24 to 48 hours. So the real question is, who else is about to get destroyed when that final bomb drops? This story is spiraling into pure chaos, and it is nowhere near over. The knives are out. The tapes are still rolling. And what comes next might be the end of RHOBH as we know it. Stay locked in, because part 2 is going to be even more dangerous. Oh my god, babies. Can you even breathe after everything we just uncovered? Dorit Kemsley's $3 million revenge plan is real. 2 years of secret tapes have reduced Kyle Richards and Erica Jane to broken, mascara-streaked messes begging on camera. And now a much bigger name is about to be exposed. The entire Real Housewives of Beverly Hills empire is on the verge of total collapse. I need to hear from you right now, and I mean right now. Drop your hottest take in the comments below. I read every single one. Do you think Dorit is a justified revenge queen who finally got justice after years of brutal betrayal? Or has she become even more ruthless and psychotic than the women who tried to destroy her? Was Kyle's emotional breakdown real, or just another calculated performance? Should Erica Jane be permanently erased from the franchise after those ice-cold confessions? And most importantly, if Dorit drops that final tape involving a major Bravo power player, should the network fire all 3 of them and reboot the entire Beverly Hills franchise from scratch? Type Team Dorit if you're riding with the Revenge Queen. Type Team Kyle and Erica if you think they're the real victims of a calculated 2-year setup. Be honest. Be savage. The more brutal the debate, the faster this video spreads. If this video shook you, smash that like button right now. Smash it harder if you want Dorit to burn everything to the ground. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell immediately. This is only part 1. Part 2 is going to be 10 times more dangerous. I'm dropping the full contents of that final unreleased tape, the identity of the massive name involved, what Andy Cohen is planning behind closed doors, and whether this $3 million master plan will actually end RHOBH forever. The tapes are still rolling. The knives are sharper than ever. And the next 48 hours will decide who survives this war. Turn on your notifications and stay dangerous. I'll see you in the next video. What's your verdict? Comment below right now.